China has taken the world's greatest engineering ideas and turned them into realities on a scale that changes everything. But here is what rarely gets mentioned in the usual debates. The original creators developed the concepts. China took those concepts and executed them with unmatched determination, speed, and ambition that the inventors themselves never fully pursued or funded. In some cases, they openly doubted such expansion was feasible. You can duplicate a design on paper. You cannot duplicate the resolve to build it at full scale across an entire nation. That commitment comes from somewhere deeper. What follows is not merely a catalog of Chinese achievements. It is a clear record of what becomes possible when 4 billion people treat incremental progress as unacceptable and view the first successful version of any technology as only the starting point. By the end of this video, the word copied will seem like one of the weakest descriptions available. Before we continue, leave a comment right now. Where are you watching from? And what time is it there? Subscribe if you are new. This is where the planet's most remarkable stories unfold. Let's begin. The train. Japan created the concept. The Shinkansen debuted in 1964 during the Tokyo Olympics, reaching 200 km per hour and earning global admiration as a marvel of modern engineering. France pushed the limits further with the TGV in 1981 at 300 km per hour, stunning Europe. The United States studied the idea and built limited lines. A small number of countries followed with shorter networks. The technology saw little expansion in ambition for the next 2 decades. Then, China stepped forward. In 2008, China opened its first high-speed rail line. By 2024, the network exceeded 45,000 kilometers of operational track. That single figure is striking. The rest of the world combined operates roughly 20,000 kilometers. China has more than double that amount alone. Trains travel at 350 km per hour with punctuality rates above 95% across the entire system. They carry over 4 billion passengers annually, surpassing the total handled by global commercial aviation in a typical year. The network links every major city in the world's most populous nation. It was constructed in less time than many Western countries spend debating environmental reviews for a single station. Japan built 3,000 kilometers of high-speed track over 60 years. China completed 15 times that distance in 15 years. The network keeps expanding. Beyond the numbers, the impact reshaped daily life. A factory worker in Wuhan reaches Shanghai in under 2 hours. A student in Xi'an treats a university in Beijing as a reasonable commute. Cities once separated economically for centuries now function as part of the same labor market. High-speed rail did not merely accelerate travel, it restructured the economic map of the planet's largest population. The bridges that span the impossible. Suspension bridges represent one of Western engineering's proudest accomplishments. The Brooklyn Bridge and Golden Gate became symbols of what human ingenuity could achieve and how skylines could inspire. For most of the 20th century, the longest examples belong to American, British, or Japanese projects. Records advanced gradually, each new holder celebrated as the peak of possibility. Then, China began constructing. Today, China holds every position in the top 10 longest suspension bridges worldwide. All of them. The Yangtze Bridge, Nansha Bridge, Hutong Bridge, and Ping'an Third Bridge feature main spans hundreds of meters longer than the Golden Gate, while carrying multiple highway lanes and, in some cases, railway tracks. These structures anchor to steep cliffs and river valleys in terrain the original suspension bridge pioneers never envisioned. The Yang Bridge in Wuhan spans 7,100 meters, over 500 meters longer than the Golden Gate. It supports a 6-lane upper deck and 4-lane lower deck. Construction finished in 4 years. China also embraced the glass bridge concept, which existed elsewhere in limited novelty forms. China responded by building hundreds. The longest and highest examples span canyons and connect cliffs at drops of 300 meters or more. The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge stretches 430 meters between cliffs, 300 meters above the valley. The walkway is fully transparent, offering a direct view of the fall below. Engineers designed it to support dozens of people safely, yet the sensation remains intense. China did not invent the glass bridge. China turned it into an experience that draws over 2.5 million visitors annually. More than 100 glass bridges now exist across the country, some designed to flex slightly underfoot for added drama, because the emotional response drives conversation and interest. The towers that redefined skylines. The skyscraper originated in America. Chicago's home insurance building in 1885 introduced the steel frame that made tall structures practical. New York expanded the concept through the 20th century, reaching new heights with the Empire State Building and World Trade Center. For decades, these defined what the term meant globally. China was largely absent from that conversation in 1990, with almost no modern skyscrapers. Today, China has more than any other nation, surpassing the United States and all of Europe combined. Shenzhen's skyline alone contains more super-tall buildings than the entire United States. A city that barely existed 40 years ago now dominates this category. The true story is not just the count. It is the pace. In 2012, a Changsha company constructed a 15-story building in 6 days using modular prefabrication, where every element is manufactured simultaneously in a factory, while the site foundation is prepared. 2 years later, the same method produced a 57-story tower with functional offices, hotels, and apartments in 19 days. A 200-meter structure completed in under 3 weeks. Construction experts worldwide called it impossible or reckless. Independent structural reviews found the factory-produced components often superior in consistency and quality to traditional site-built methods. China now adds more skyscrapers annually than the rest of the world combined. The nation absent from the discussion in 1990 now leads it entirely. The ports that handle the planet's flow. Rotterdam represented global trade for much of the 20th century, serving as the world's busiest port and the standard for efficient operations. Shipping firms, logistics experts, and economists used it as their reference point. In 2004, Shanghai surpassed Rotterdam. Then came Shenzhen, Ningbo Zhoushan, Guangzhou, Qingdao, Tianjin, and Hong Kong. China now operates 7 of the world's 10 busiest ports. 7. A country building its port infrastructure almost from scratch in the 1980s now manages more container volume than any other nation, by a wide margin. Shanghai alone handles over 47 million containers yearly, more than double the busiest American port in Los Angeles. The Ningbo Zhoushan complex, unfamiliar to many outside China, exceeds any U.S. port, as do Shenzhen and Guangzhou. The supporting systems are equally impressive. Automated terminals use AI-guided cranes for loading and unloading without direct human handling. Deep water berths accommodate the largest container vessels ever constructed. Ships over 400 meters long carrying cargo volumes that entire fleets managed a generation ago. Direct rail connections allow containers to move from ship to train to destination without truck queues. Rotterdam remains an exceptional port. It simply no longer sets the standard. 7 Chinese facilities surpassed it. The speed of this transformation still surprises economists. In 1990, Chinese ports managed a tiny fraction of today's global container traffic. The infrastructure barely existed. Deep-water berths, automated systems, rail links, and logistics networks were absent. China constructed all of it in 30 years. Rotterdam took a century to reach its peak. China built 7 ports that exceeded it in 30 years, while simultaneously developing a manufacturing economy large enough to sustain them. The sun that powers tomorrow. The solar panel originated in the United States at Bell Laboratories in 1954, converting sunlight directly into electricity and offering the theoretical promise of unlimited clean power. For the next 5 decades, solar remained expensive, specialized, and dependent on subsidies that kept widespread use a policy discussion rather than economic reality. China entered the field and accomplished 2 things at once. It scaled manufacturing until costs plummeted, and it constructed installations so vast they altered energy economics across entire regions. China now produces approximately 80% of the world's solar panels. Not a leading share, but 80%. The global solar industry depends on Chinese capacity, in the same way smartphone assembly relies on Chinese facilities. When panel costs dropped 90% over 15 years, making solar the cheapest electricity source in history. Chinese manufacturing scale drove the reduction across every supply chain element. China also built the installations. The Tengger Desert Solar Park in Inner Mongolia spans over 1,000 square kilometers, generating enough power for millions of homes. It is the largest solar facility on Earth, constructed on otherwise unusable desert land. It is not alone. China has developed floating solar arrays on lakes and reservoirs, with panels on pontoons that generate electricity while the water cools them and boosts efficiency. The United States invented the solar panel. China made it the most affordable electricity source humanity has known. In 2010, a solar panel cost about $2 per watt. Today, thanks to Chinese production scale, it costs less than 20 cents. That collapse did not occur because the underlying physics changed. It happened because China applied industrial scale to a technology the rest of the world treated as a niche product. Every solar installation built anywhere today, whether in the United States, Europe, Africa, or South America, almost certainly uses Chinese manufactured panels benefiting from cost reductions made possible by that manufacturing scale. The car that changed the road. The electric vehicle concept existed in America long before it became a Chinese industry. Tesla, based in Silicon Valley, proved that the internal combustion engine, central to American industrial identity for a century, could be replaced by batteries and motors. Elon Musk created a car the traditional industry claimed consumers would reject, and succeeded. China observed and then acted. Today, China produces and sells more electric vehicles than all other countries combined, exceeding the United States, Europe, Japan, and South Korea together. In 2023, 1 in every 3 cars sold in China was electric. The country has over 800 electric vehicle manufacturers, ranging from affordable city cars under $10,000 to luxury models that rival or surpass Tesla in performance while offering better value. The supporting infrastructure matches the scale. China operates more public charging stations than the rest of the world combined. A driver in Shanghai can travel nationwide and remain near fast charging options. Bide, a company founded in Shenzhen in 1995 by a man who began with rechargeable batteries for phones, became the world's largest electric vehicle seller by volume in 2023, briefly overtaking Tesla. Warren Buffett invested early, before most Americans knew the name. Tesla demonstrated that electric vehicles could appeal to buyers. China proved they would become the standard. The ecosystem around them, manufacturing, charging, battery supply, and software, developed simultaneously at national scale within a decade. The larger pattern. At the start, the list was clear. Japan created the bullet train. America developed skyscrapers, solar panels, electric vehicles, and nuclear power. European engineers pioneered major suspension bridges and tunnel boring machines. Germany and France advanced high-speed rail. Each statement holds true. Credit belongs where it is due. What also holds true is this. China took the bullet train and built 45,000 kilometers, more than double the global total outside its borders. China took suspension bridges and now holds the top 10 longest. China took the glass bridge idea and constructed hundreds at heights others avoided. China took the skyscraper and added more, faster than any nation in history. China took ports and now operates 7 of the 10 busiest. China took the solar panel and reduced its cost by 90% while creating the largest installations. China took the electric vehicle and became the dominant producer and market. China took 5G and deployed 3 million base stations while others planned. China took the tunnel boring machine and operates more simultaneously than the rest of the world. China took the dam and built the largest power station ever. China took nuclear power, solved the safety issues that stopped expansion elsewhere, and now constructs more reactors than all other countries together. You can label it copying. You can call it borrowing. Use whatever term feels comfortable. There is another description for taking an idea and executing it so far beyond the original vision that the creators study what you achieved. That word is mastery. China did not merely adopt the world's best concepts. China demonstrated what those concepts could truly accomplish. And the world, including the nations that originated them, continues working to catch up. If you stayed until the end, thank you. Hit subscribe and leave that comment. Where are you watching from, and what time is it? We read every one.